Summer's finally here and we're finding fun and creative ways to beat the heat.
Vanessa, do you remember when we were kids and we'd go play in the backyard and we'd go in the mud and the water and we would make mud pies and then we would eat them?
I didn't eat them.
I did. You're supposed to eat them. They're good for your immune system.
Right. Honestly, playing in the mud is underrated, but lucky for you, we get to do just that today.
Seriously?
Yes, we're gonna have so much fun on
Su Vida. I haven't had a mud pie in years.
Like, didn't it get all stuck in your teeth?
No, it's really good. It actually whitens your teeth.
Hey, welcome to Su Vida. I'm Vanessa Ramirez.
And I'm JR Cardenas, and today we're gonna learn how to throw pottery on the wheel like the pros here at The King and the Flower. It's a small family-operated business with a passion for pottery that also has a passion in sharing it with the community.
You know what, JR? I've noticed a lot lately that people are taking pottery classes and even the celebrities are getting into it. So I think we'll be pretty good at it.
Is it because we're celebrities?
Well, local ones.
Hey, you wanna put some money on it?
Only if you want to lose.
Ha! I'm making a mug. What are you making?
Well, I recently got a new puppy, so I think I'm gonna make a dog bowl for both of my dogs to share.
Maybe you can take your dogs and the bowl on vacation because I've got a really good escapade you can take them on.
Okay.
Check this out.
I don't want to mess with my hair.
Too late.
Got it. The Best Friends Roadhouse and Mercantile is a 40-room, pet-centric motel right in the heart of Kanab, close to all the attractions that you want to be able to see in southern Utah. It's luxury stay for you and your pet. Hi, I'm Julie Barger, and I'm the Director of Visitor Experience at Best Friends Animal Society. The best thing about the Best Friends Roadhouse and Mercantile is that we don't charge you anything extra for any of your pet stays. You can stay in our gorgeous rooms with up to 4 of your animal friends. When you check in with your pet, you're immediately going to be welcomed with doggy biscuits and people cookies. You're going to be shown to your room. When you walk in, there's actually a double door that will keep your pet from escaping. Once you open that, you're going to see modern, bright furnishings with all the things thought about the safety of your pet. Chairs that they can jump up easily on, no spaces for them to get trapped under the bed when you're gone if they're scared, beds that pull out from the bed and make their own little dog bed, cubbies for them to lay in. Everything is about your comfort and your pet's comfort when traveling. The Mercantile is the heart of the Roadhouse. It's our gathering place. It's where you'll come and get your complimentary vegan breakfast in the morning. You'll meet Mike or Michael, and they'll greet you with a smile and get you that caffeine that you need to take on your busy day in Kanab. You can shop for Best Friends Sanctuary souvenirs. We'll have all kinds of logo apparel, everything that you need to refresh yourself and get stocked up for your next part of your journey. We have Kitten Bingo, which is amazing. That's once a month, and we just released adoptable cats play bingo for silly prizes, and it's a super fun time. So the Best Friends Roadhouse and Mercantile is just down the road from the Best Friends Animal Sanctuary, which is the largest no-kill sanctuary in the country. We take care of about 1,600 animals a year. And if you're staying at the Roadhouse, you can arrange to have a sleepover with a dog, cat, or even bunny. And includes 2 lunch tickets to go up to the animal sanctuary and dine at the Angel Village Cafe, where we have the most beautiful view of the Escalante staircase that you can imagine. The Best Friends Roadhouse and Mercantile is located right in the center of Kanab, where there are lots of walking trails that you can take with your pets. We're just down the road from the reservoir, which I love to walk with my dogs. You can go kayaking there. We're also within an hour drive of Zion, an hour and a half from Bryce Canyon, an hour from North Rim of the Grand Canyon. So there's all types of places that you can go with your pets. So to visit Best Friends Roadhouse and Mercantile, visit our website. You can see all the different types of rooms that we have, see our rates, book your stay, or feel free to call our front desk.
Hey, you want to do that ghost thing?
Don't even think about it unless you want to become a ghost.
We'll be right back with more Su Vida right after this.
Yeah, what were you thinking? Don't even try it. Don't touch me.
Oh.
Su Vida is brought to you by Chicanos por la Causa. Join the cause for change.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Su Vida. We're hanging out here with Asa and Daisy, learning how to throw pottery, and they are with the King and the Flower, and they're gonna tell us how we're doing. How are we doing?
First of all, you got started and we haven't even got instructions yet.
I'm sorry.
So Asa, can you tell us what we need to do to get started?
All right, well, the first thing we need to do is, you see how there's a wobble there? The first thing is get it wet, get our hands wet,
Okay, wait.
and we're gonna squeeze the clay to get that wobble out.
Wait, you make this look really easy.
Really?
Yes, but I feel like mine's gonna come out lopsided. So what do you do to make it even?
You're gonna stretch it up and go ahead and just keep squeezing and sliding up with it until you end with kind of a cone shape.
This is a lot harder than it looks.
Make it work here, okay.
You gotta be the one in control of the clay. You can't let it control you.
Ooh, you gotta be in control there. Okay, I'm trying this. I probably need to go faster.
Like my arms are shaking.
Keep adding water and,
Okay.
and put your elbows into your hips so that you can be really braced as you're doing it.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to jump ahead of it, but I did see that you guys have some pottery here with some cactus, and I'm a big fan of the cacti, specifically the saguaro. And I know they play a very important role in the Sonoran Desert. And the Tucson Audubon Society is making every effort to protect it. Check it out.
Saguaros are the first thing that pop into people's minds when they think of Arizona or the desert in general. But for 14 different kinds of birds, they're also a hotel. That's where they live. But it's also the grocery store. Saguaros are flowering and fruiting in May and June when the desert is crispy brown and dry. It's the only good food out there for lots of different types of birds. So without saguaros providing those key food resources in that really dry time, it would just make the desert that much more inhospitable. There are two main threats. The first is wildfire, and the bushfire outside of Phoenix a couple of years ago wiped out over 400,000 mature saguaros and lost years of living because saguaros can live for 200 to 300 years. The second major threat for saguaros right now is two different aspects of a changing climate. The first piece of that is that winters are having more frequent big freezes, and freezes are one of the things that can kill saguaros. The second thing is that saguaros are really picky about what type of precipitation they need in order to sprout and survive. And because of increasing variation in our rainfall patterns, it's really unusual that we get a wet monsoon, a wet winter, and then another wet monsoon all back to back, which is what a saguaro needs. And all of the climate models are predicting that to get less frequent, just making it harder and harder for saguaros into the future. We're trying to tackle the main threats to the saguaros using different aspects. The first is where there are, we're trying to make sure that they don't get lost due to wildfires. And so we're working really hard with a huge consortium of people to try to make sure that invasive plants don't get a foothold there that could lead to wildfires. The second piece that we're doing is where fires have already occurred. We're trying to go in and jumpstart the reestablishment of saguaros in those areas by planting little saguaro seedlings, only a few inches tall, but big enough and hardy enough that they're able to survive without being irrigated. The third thing is that in areas that are not currently good saguaro habitat, but that all the climate models suggest will become good saguaro habitat 100 years from now, we're trying to help saguaros migrate to those areas by planting slightly bigger saguaros in those areas. There are lots of ways that the average person can help in all of our work, but especially with the Saguaro Project. You can volunteer to help us plant saguaros when we have volunteer days. You and your neighbors can make sure that you're removing bufflegrass and stinknet from your neighborhood when you find it. We've got options for joining with your friends and neighbors to donate and adopt a saguaro or adopt a saguaro seedling. Even if you can't be out there directly planting it yourself, you can sponsor somebody else to plant a saguaro for you. If you'd like to know more, check us out online. We'd love to work with you to protect our beautiful desert.
Okay, it's time to get to know you guys though a little bit more, right? We know that you're the experts of pottery, but how did you get started in pottery?
So I just started in high school. I really enjoyed it, and it really taught me a lot about life, gave me just some direction, and I just really enjoyed it, so I wanted to keep doing it, and I did.
Well, when I was in college, as a senior, I took a course, and I just got hooked, and I kept going with it, and I took like 1 year off after college because I didn't have a pottery studio around me. When I moved out here, I found a place where we met actually. Asa just showed up there and it's like, who is this guy? And that's how that all started.
We both fell in love with clay independently and then we met each other. And so that's a big part of our relationship, is our passion for clay as individuals, and the fact that we can be bonded together through that passion is really cool. But then sharing that with other people and getting them bit by the clay bug, as we call it, it's a very nice thing to really just create passion in other people and open their eyes to the possibilities of what they can do with their own hands.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That is amazing. Okay, so cultivating creative outlets or community here is important to you guys at the studio. So what do you offer?
So we offer classes and memberships mainly, where classes for people who don't know how to work with clay or what they're doing, that's what we would be able to teach them. But for members, it's also a space where maybe you've taken ceramics in high school or in college, and it's a lot of upfront cost to get your own equipment and get a space, kiln, wheel, whatever it is. So we want to provide a space where you can come in and rent a studio space and actually create your own art and create your own creations.
So when you guys see someone come in for the first time and they've never done pottery, right? And you guys get to teach them and work with them, and then you see like this light go into their face because they're like, I made this piece. Like, how does that make you feel?
It's one of the best feelings in the world. It's like you made somebody realize what you love. And it's one of the most inspiring things.
Okay, so not only do you guys offer stuff here in the studio, but you also offer items online.
Yes. So we love creating, and Asa in particular has been working with a carving style for like nearly 12 years, has it been? And we offer a lot of our products online, and anything from like miniatures to vases to mugs, just something to elevate everyday rituals.
So recently you guys took the leap to do this full time. Tell us about that.
With our boys getting older and with the business picking up speed, we really just wanted to have our family here working on something we're all passionate about, and it just seemed like the right time. It's kind of a now or never sort of leap, so we decided let's go for it.
So I have to ask about the name of the studio, The King and the Flower Pottery. How'd you guys come up with the name?
So Asa actually came up with the name, and I thought it was super appropriate because Asa's name is a king in the Bible, one of the good kings.
And Daisy is obviously a flower, so us working together, it was the king and the flower.
So if people want to learn more, where can they reach out to you?
They can reach us through Instagram at The King and the Flower, on our website, thekingandtheflower.com, or check out our YouTube channel.
Stick around, we've got more pottery making for you coming up. And if you're struggling with finances due to a disability, well, stick around because we've got some resources for you. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Su Vida. Our friends at Sleppy & Ellickson are here to help if you're struggling with finances due to disability. So if you're unable to work, reach out to the experts, Sleppy & Ellickson.
Sleppy & Ellickson is a firm that practices in the area of Social Security disability law. We help people apply for Social Security disability benefits when they're injured and unable to work. A lot of times people don't really know if they're disabled, and the fundamental question that I ask is, can you work a full-time job? Because that's the standard that Social Security has. Being awarded Social Security disability benefits can have a real profound positive impact on your life. It comes with a financial benefit, both for you and for your children. It also comes with medical coverage, so that you can continue to receive medical care for the problems that have put you out of work.
So one of the myths regarding Social Security disability is that you have to be age 65 in order to qualify for benefits. It's actually the opposite. Social Security disability is for individuals that are under age 65 who are unable to work due to medical conditions. Many individuals think that you cannot apply for Social Security disability until a year has passed since you've been unable to work. That is not accurate. You can apply for your disability benefits as soon as you are unable to work and you have an impairment that is expected to last for at least 1 year. It warms my heart when a client lets me know that based upon the services I provided and the work that I did, they were able to come current on their rent. They were able to keep a roof over their head. They didn't have to worry about where their child was going to get their next meal, how to get their child to school. And so when I get those kind of thank yous, it just makes me feel really good that I was able to help somebody in their time of need.
Going it alone in the Social Security disability context is really hard. You know, people who don't have representation have to provide their own evidence to Social Security, which means they have to go around to all their doctors and try to get medical records. Sometimes they have a tough time doing that. Sometimes they have a tough time getting their doctors to support their claim. You know, we have good relationships with the medical community. We have excellent results in obtaining medical evidence and obtaining medical opinions for our clients that establish that they're disabled. And so we do the work so that you don't have to, so that you can focus on your health and trying to get better. So it's important for people to know that, you know, we operate on what's called a contingency fee basis. It's just a fancy way of saying that we don't earn a legal fee unless we win. And so that takes additional financial burden off of people because they know that, you know, if their case isn't successful, they don't have to pay a legal fee. If you have any questions about our services or about Social Security disability, you can find us online at slepian.com, and you can always give us a call at 602-266-3111.
So now that we have the clay centered, so what's the next step, Asa?
All right, so the next step, we're going to have to drill a hole into our centered clay so we can get our fingers in there and we can start squeezing the walls and raising it and actually forming the vessel. And then once you have a good depth, you're gonna just start pulling it back towards your belly button, flat with the wheel head, so that you have a nice flat bottom.
Look at that. Doing pretty good over there, JR.
You know what? I think this is gonna be a really good whatever it is I'm making.
Ooh, maybe you're gonna make my dog bowl, huh? Good.
All right, so the next step, now we're gonna actually start lifting. So we're gonna put our left hand on the inside of the wall, and then the right hand on the outside is gonna be mirroring the left hand, and it's gonna be pressing the outside of the clay, and they're gonna squeeze the clay and slide upward.
Yours looks pretty like it's going in the right direction. Ours is a little wobbly. Okay.
I think,
So I originally wanted to just make a bowl.
yeah, and I think you can leave it there and you have it.
All right, so I think your dogs are gonna love me now, Vanessa, because I just made your dogs a bowl.
Well, that's perfect. So now there's one for Mila and Milo, so they don't have to share. Thanks, JR. All right, we'll be back with more Su Vida after this, and hopefully you'll see the finished product, right, Asa?
Yeah.
Woo, okay.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Su Vida. I'm JR Cardenas.
And I'm Vanessa Ramirez.
Community is more than just art, culture, and togetherness. It's making sure that we have all the resources so we can live our best life. And the Chicanos por la Casa refugee program provides just that.
I am from Tanzania, Nyarugusu refugees camp. That's where I was born, but I'm originally Congolese. Life wasn't good actually. And then for education, it was just, you have to pay the teacher to pass all your classes because of the corruption. So I can say just in short, life wasn't good.
I came here as a refugee, but because I was over age, they say, you guys, there is no way we can help you, you have to work. But I opted to start school, to join school, and I've seen CPLC is having that culture to help people to tell their own story. That's why I joined CPLC.
Kalenga is the backbone of this program. He's just one of the best co-workers to work with.
My experience working with this youth first is you have to understand different cultures, different people have different norms and different values. Because the way you can talk to someone from Africa is not the way you can talk to someone from Asia. So it is very rewarding for me to work at CPLC, helping this community, refugee community. I feel like that is what we have to give back to the community. Whatever you have to give also to other people, so that at least you never know tomorrow they're gonna be the change agent of the world.
Without CPLC, I can say my life could be very difficult because when I graduated from high school, I didn't have anybody who can help me with my resume so that I can get a good job that I'll be working. So, but CPLC, they helped me create my resume. When I was planning to go to the university, I didn't have an idea how I can get to the university, but they just showed me the way. So I just finished doing the pharmacy technician school. When I started doing my externship, they buy the clothes for me and the shoes like to go, because I can just walk in and then without looking professional. So they say, we're gonna buy you some stuff so that you can look professional in it. So in short, they help me. Here at CPLC, we do the tournament and then where we play soccer, bring us together like with other people that I didn't know that they are in this program.
Kilali, he's a guy who is open-minded and they want to make sure people enjoy his gifts because he's gifted in music.
When CPLC has an event, I just love to be DJing. I just want people to be vibing, be dancing, singing together with me. And so I just take the mic and I start singing so everybody can stand up and then we can sing together. I would like people to join CPLC because it's really helpful and then they help a lot.
Okay, so now that we've finished making our pieces on the wheel, what do we do next?
So from here, we're gonna let the pieces dry, and this is the part that requires a lot of patience, because it has to be completely dry before it goes in the kiln, otherwise it might explode. And then, after it fires once in the kiln, we apply the glaze and we fire it again. And so, we'll see you in about 2 weeks before these are finally done.
Well, thank you so much for showing us how to make our dog bowls. Mine's a little better than JR's, but you're a great teacher, and thank you for sharing your story. So JR, what did you think of the class? Will you do it again? I loved it. It was a lot harder than I thought, but I enjoyed the challenge.
You know what? I've been making pottery all day. I'm hurting. I'm a little sore. I mean, you can now, moving forward, call me Clay Aiken. Get it? Clay, and I'm Aiken for making all this. Oh, come on. I spent all night writing that joke.
Oh my gosh, you wasted so much time.
Oh no, Vanessa, but seriously, I did enjoy the class. It was fun, and I love that my walls are still up.
Okay, but this is a competition, so I think that my piece definitely beat your piece, especially because mine has a bottom.
Okay, but earlier I made this, so yeah, I win.
Where'd you pull that from?
But seriously, in all seriousness, whose piece do you think is better? Yes, mine, of course.
Mine, and it's perfect for my teacup Yorkie, right?
It's like 2 sips.
All right, but either way, we had the best time, and we hope you did too. So we'll see you on the next
Su Vida.
Mine totally wins. I'm the winner.